So I heard you guys were looking for an Isopod update. I recently posted to, I guess, the community tab that I was feeling kind of down about YouTube, and I still kind of do, but you know what? You guys gave me some video suggestions, so I'm going to do them for you. In this video, we're going to be doing an update on the Isopods. Just before we get started, the majority of you guys watching this probably aren't subscribed to my channel. So if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, click it right down below. It's free, you don't get charged, and my videos will pop up in your feed whenever I make them. Trying to be once to twice a week. So if you guys have any suggestions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. And while you're down there, you might as well click that like button. It lets me know you guys enjoy this kind of content. I'll stop my blabbling. Let's get into the Isopod tour. All right, so here are all my, well, the first 3 sets of isopods that I have. These are the Hoffmann-Segai. These are the Peach, I believe. And then these guys are the Canyon isopods that I have. I'm going to take you guys on a closer tour on my phone. The Hoffmann-Segai are actually doing really, really well. I know their bin is a little bit humid. I'm trying to rectify that right now. I do have ventilation on this side as well as on the lid. If you guys haven't seen my video on me building these containers, I'll leave a link up there for you guys to go check out, as well as in the description down below. That's just basically me showing you how to build isopod containers. And so far, I have to say they've worked really well. Not gonna lie, like the Peach, we're pretty much doing nothing for me, and during the day they're not really out so much, but you guys can see them down there. They are doing really good. There are some very small babies and stuff, so I know that they are actually out and about and breeding and eating food and whatnot, and I am actually going to be feeding these guys today. And then in here got the Canyon isopods. I believe these are the Oniscus oncellus. To be honest, for an isopod guy, I don't know my isopods very well. I guess I'm not really an isopod guy, but I don't know my isopods very well. So if I say something wrong, leave a timestamp and let me know what I said wrong. We are going to be using the Arcadia Custodian fuel. This stuff is really awesome. The isopods love it. So I'm going to be just feeding these guys this today. And just so you don't have to hear me ruffling through the bag every time, I just have a little Dixie cup with some of it in here. And these guys probably won't come out to eat it right away, but I know they will eventually. So I just set that under their little humid hide there. And yeah, let them go to town. Got the Peaches there with their Custodian fuel. And the Hoffmann-Segai, because they're so big, I put in 2 sticks. So that is this round. That is the first 3 bins that I have. I have 5 large bins of isopods and like 5 small bins, I believe, as well. So we will move on to the next 2. And next up is the 3 that we have here. To be honest, I don't remember what 3 these are. These, I believe, are the Florida Fast in here. In here, we have Dalmatians, I reckon. Nope, I believe these are the dairy cows, actually. And in here, we have the Powder Blues. They're doing pretty well. They're all quite wet right now. That's only because I let them dry out a lot, so I rehydrated them, and they were almost bone dry. Like the entire substrate was almost bone dry, so I decided to rehydrate them very, very well, so I don't have to do that again in the near future, and just maintaining it by spraying is enough. But like I said, in here we have the Florida Fast. I can't remember the scientific name on these guys. I'll leave it on screen for you guys to check out right now. These guys are a very tropical species of isopod from what I gather. And then these guys, I mean, we all know and love our dairy cows. Big, hardy isopods that breed like wildfire. So, pretty cool. And of course, the Powder Blues are another staple in the hobby. If you give them a humider hide, I suppose, they're good for arid setups and whatnot. I actually will be trying these guys out when I get the culture booming with Pip. Because honestly, I don't know if you guys saw the last video, but most of the Oniscus oncellus I put in there, it just dried out too much for them, and I think they all died. So that kind of sucks. But like I said, it is feeding time, so put one in there. I'll probably put 2 in here because these guys are ravenous eaters. 2 in there. And I'll just put a nice big one in here for the Florida boys. And now these are the powder browns. Nope, these are not powder browns. These are the dwarf browns. It looks like, oh, yep. They're so hard to see, but they could use a bit of a misting. I do have a ton of mites in here. I don't know if you guys can see them running around. So because I have the mites in here, I actually keep them up there in a tray of diatomaceous earth, along with all my springtails and stuff, but that will not be in this video. I really wish I didn't have as many mites as I do, but unfortunately they are here, and I just have to deal with it. I don't know what kind of mites they are. I don't know how to get rid of them, really. So I just kind of make the best of kind of a meh situation and just hope that I stop the spread. But I fed these guys. Let's move on to the tray up there, and that is where all the other isopod bins are. So here's our last tray of isopods. This is kind of my experimental tray because these all fit into one of the planter containers, nursery trays, whatever you want to call them. Basically, the bottom here is filled with diatomaceous earth because honestly, like, I tried to prevent the spread of mites like that other bin that we just previously saw, and it seems to work quite well in these bins, like with the diatomaceous earth, because the mites will fall into it and they just die. So that is a huge positive, and these guys actually are doing quite well. So we'll start in the middle here with the one up top. These are, I don't even know. Oh, these are my dwarf whites. So, I mean, you guys know what dwarf whites are. They're probably one of the, like, absolute mainstays in the hobby. For maybe not so much for isopod people, but for vivarium people, these guys are basically a must-have because they do well in pretty much any vivarium, and they actually make for a really good cleanup crew. So you guys can see I added their food in there and put that back. And that is the dwarf whites. Super simple, very easy. And now we can move over to, these look like the albino, Alidium species albino. There is actually 2 forms of albino in here because my dumb self decided that it would be a great idea to leave a culture of them out. With very shallow substrate, and I left it for way too long and killed a bunch of free isopods that my buddy Dion gave me. If you haven't seen Dion on YouTube, make sure you go check him out. Reptiliatus. I'll leave a link on screen for right now for you guys to go check out. Somewhere up there, I believe. But, yeah. Oh, there's actually 3 in here. Hey! Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but those 2 are one kind, and then this one is just a lot darker and a little bit more maroon. So that is the other kind, but I need to go buy a bunch more from him. It's just, you know, quarantine life, baby! It's not super conducive to shipping live animals right now. Although I have done it, it's just not ideal. So I'll put a little bit of food in there for them, and they're just kind of living out their lives. I don't know if they're actually going to breed. I don't know if I have a male and a female, so yeah, not much I can do on that front, but they're really cool, really nice to look at. I just wish I had my macro lens. My girlfriend, who I know won't be watching this video, I brought it to her house and I haven't seen it again. So these are the Alidium Cloody Montenegro. These guys are a really, really cool species. I got these from the CRBE last year, and they're doing great. They're just juvenile isopods. They're tiny little ones, like half the size of that small one you see on screen right now. But they pretty much all lived, and I have seen a couple little babies running around in here somewhere. I don't know if I can actually see them or not, but there are definitely some juveniles in here, and that makes me very stoked because, I mean, more baby Montenegro? I think yes. I did feed them already. There, you might have been able to see in there. And the last but not least, are the Porcellio Scaber Dalmatians. These guys are another really cool species of isopod. They do very, very well. Quite easy to breed, and if I'm saying that, then you know it's got to be the case, because my recipe for success is neglect. Yay! On my isopods, not anything else. Everything else is doing very well. Don't at me. Got some food in there. These are them. Super, super cool isopods. Very colorful. Oh, you're already getting after it. Dang. It's like food. Clearly they're quite voracious right now. I might just watch this and see if they go for it. They can obviously tell there's food. The one just started to drag it under the piece of wood there. But that's that, you guys. I don't have a whole heck of a lot else to say to you guys. Alright, excuse the probably being able to hear the dart frogs in the background, but I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm kind of a noob to the isopod stuff. I have a bunch of species, as you can see, but I don't know like really specific details of care and breeding and stuff like that. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. I do read and reply to pretty much every single one, except for those few of you that, you know, make the like first comments. I don't reply to those, but if you guys have any constructive criticism or anything like that, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm trying to really enjoy the process of YouTube again. Yeah, I'm not going to go into this video, but if you made it to the very end and you hear this and want to hear more, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on it or something like that. Anyways, I want to thank you guys all very much for watching. If you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, just click the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt you. It's free. It's easy to click. And while you're down there, make sure you click the like button if you did enjoy the video. If you guys want to see more from me, I try and post every Tuesday and Friday, so check back on those days. If not, I always post Friday. Keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.